Hi everyone, this is Benjamin. Welcome to part 3 of the Chef 4.0 series. So let's take a step back. Why is Chef 4.0 important? If you recall from the earlier segments, we were talking about how we are in Industry 4.0. To better prepare our workforce for Industry 4.0, research has showed that our workers, we need to be well equipped in 3 different skill sets. The first is technical skills, which is job specific, technology skills, the ability to use technology in our work, and adaptive skills, the ability to adapt and to use things like technology in order to help us achieve the end goals of what business wants to achieve. When we dwell deeper into Worker 4.0, research has found this. For Chef 4.0, the skill sets that are relevant for adaptive skills would be things like kitchen management, F&B business management, project management. For technology skills, we're looking at digital technologies, usage of digital technologies. And for technical skills, things like food presentation, menu planning and development, and food nutrition. For the purpose of today's part 3 series, we're really going to zoom down to technical skills, specifically menu planning and development. So let me share with you this model that we have coined to be called the Profit Trinity. All F&B businesses, we face 3 main cost factors: food costs, occupancy costs, which is referring to rental, and the last thing is manpower costs. When we take away 3 cost factors, what's left is the profitability for an organization. And if you are in F&B, you would realize this. The F&B industry is characterized by razor-thin margins, and that is why it is so important to do the proper menu planning. So let's start with a definition of food cost. Food cost refers to all the ingredients and all the costs associated with a final finished product that you serve to your customers. As best practice, when we talk about food costs, and if you're running an F&B, we try to cap your food costs at not more than 25%. A lot of people keep asking me, how do I decide and how do I start planning my food costs in the kitchen? Once we know the margins that we want, it makes the whole process that much easier. We know the selling price, we know the margin that we want. From here, it is much easier to plan out the cost of the ingredients that you put in your finished product. So for example, if you're going to sell an item at $20 and you know that your food cost margin should not be more than 25%, it means that you're left with $5 to plan out the ingredients that you're going to put into your finished product. So once we decide on our food cost strategies, the next thing is to map up utilization. In the industry, we call this a recipe card management system or a bill of materials system. I'll give you a really easy example. If I were to sell fish and chips at the outlet, what I need to do is to map out on each plate of fish and chips, I'm selling 2 pieces of fish and 100 grams of fries. And why this is important is because these then impacts your inventory control for your kitchen management. So what happens is this. At the outlet, if I were to sell 10 plates of fish and chips, if you map out and you automate this whole process, as you sell 10 plates of fish and chips, your inventory will be deducting 20 pieces of fish and 1 kg of fries. And why this is important is because of this. As you sell, your ingredients will be deducted. And from a kitchen management standpoint, when you hit par levels, which is basically your minimum levels, you will be alerted. And it is from this process that you can then place more orders to make sure that you'll never be short of ingredients to produce food for your customers. Now that we have mapped out menu planning together with your recipe card and inventory management, I'd like to just share with you one more quick tip. If you're an F&B veteran, you will be asking me this question. But Ben, you know what? I don't measure 100 grams of fries. I eyeball 100 grams of fries. It looks like 100 grams of fries. I'll start frying the fries. And that's not wrong. And that is why at every kitchen, we need to do what we call stock taking. Because what the system does is the system gives you ideal inventory based on sales. When you do a physical stock take, what the stock take gives you is actual inventory. When we match ideal inventory to actual inventory, it is there that we get a really important metric. And this metric is what we call variance. Depending on your kitchen management controls, this metric called variance should never be more than 5%. In fact, a lot of F&Bs that I've worked with insist that the variance should never be more than 3%. If you have a high variance, it means one of three things is happening. The first thing, the kitchen isn't following your recipe, which is quite scary because this impacts consistency and quality. The second thing is there's probably a lot of wastage happening in your kitchen. And the third thing, pilferage. People might be stealing from your kitchen, but if you know your matrix, and if you are tracking this important ratio, what happens is when the variance is too high, you will be able to immediately investigate what's happening in your kitchen operations. So this concludes part 3 of our Chef 4.0 series. I'd like to extend my deepest thanks to NTUC E2I for supporting this series. If you are an individual or if you're a company looking to collaborate, to hire or to train, I'm going to leave NTUC E2I's website over here. Do feel free to contact them. On behalf of NTUC E2I and myself, stay safe everyone, and I hope to see you soon.